Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new makeup. I bought the everything in the Elf Runs On Dunkin collection. Have the donut and I even got the little palettes. So I thought we would put all this on our face today and see how it works out. Oh, I also did get the little lip scrub too, which we're going to talk about. I guess I can go ahead and do the lip scrub first. This I've already used all this collection, so it's not going to look brand new. I couldn't wait to test it out when I got it in the mail, so there just wasn't enough time for me to make a video that day. But I did test it out and do a look, and I posted the look on my Instagram. It's the latest makeup of the day post that I have on my Instagram account is the first look I did with the Elf Runs On Dunkin collection. But first of all, let's talk about this lip scrub. If you love coffee, and I'm not just talking hot coffee, I'm talking frappuccinos, iced coffee. But if you love the smell, you know when you're in the grocery store and you're walking down the coffee aisle, that smell, you know the smell I'm talking about? That's literally what this lip scrub smells like. It smells like the coffee aisle smell in a grocery store. And it smells exactly like Dunkin' Donuts medium roast coffee. So I'm just gonna use, it's like a little lipstick vial that you can use, and it literally looks like coffee. Look at that. I've already used it once. I did use it the other day, but it's literally like a little lipstick, so it's very sanitary. You're not dipping your fingers into a little pot to get lip scrub out. So I think this is the best way for the lip scrub. And I have tried other lip scrubs from Elf. I like that there are other ones that come in a stick like this. It's coconut. That's the one I normally get from them. It's really good. It's in a black packaging. I don't know if they still make those ones or not, but I really like them. And this one is the exact same formula as that formula. So if you like that formula, you're gonna like this. So you just scrub it on your lips to exfoliate. Then I just rub my lips together back and forth to really work it in and make sure you're exfoliating your lips really good. If I'm going to be honest with you, I do lick it off my lips. I couldn't help it. This smells so dang delicious that I had to try it too. I know there's some people that don't do that, but there are some people that do lick the lip scrubs off their lips when they're done. And this one tastes just as good as it smells. And it's like a lip scrub and a lip mask in one. It's like the grits aren't like too much, but there's like a moisturizing quality to this one that they don't have in the other ones, and I haven't seen in any other lip scrubs either. So if you think you need to put on, usually you do your lip scrubs and then I'll put on like a lip mask afterwards, like with the ColourPop lip scrubs. I'll put on a lip mask afterwards because it's like that super thick gritty texture, and this one's not like this. It is a finer grit, but I feel like it exfoliates your lips without being too harsh, you know, because sometimes the thicker, bigger grit ones can be too harsh and leave your lips red and hurting. This one doesn't do that. Somehow it leaves my lips feeling moisturized and exfoliated. So I don't feel like I have to go in with a lip mask when I'm done exfoliating my lips with that one, because my lips feel moisturized afterwards, which I don't know how they did that, but it's amazing. And it tastes like coffee. It's a win for me. So the next thing I picked up, I wanted to pick up the, you know, the box that came with the limited edition, came with the cup and the brushes, and that was the only way you could get those, was in that box. But unfortunately I I forgot about the release. I forgot about the release the day it released until a little bit later in the day when I was scrolling on Instagram and seeing about it, and I was like, oh, it was supposed to release today. Completely forgot about it. And the box sold out. It also sold out at Ulta too, so there was like no way for me to get it at Ulta either. But I really wanted that tumbler, the Elf Runs On Dunkin tumbler, but that's okay. I still have my Dunkin tumbler here. This is the one that they released for Halloween, and it says Hocus Pocus, I need my Dunkin to focus. So I'm currently have that next to me, and it's got water in it right now. And I've been using this one for my water ever since I've seen the teasers of Elf and Dunkin's collab. I knew right away that it was with Dunkin' Donuts. So I immediately pulled out this tumbler from my cabinet where I have all of my tumblers that I collect. And I've been using this one ever since. Because I have to say, Dunkin' Donuts, I love Starbucks, but Starbucks is frappuccinos for me. That's it. I don't really like Starbucks regular coffee. It's too bitter, I don't know, just not good. It kind of tastes like dirt. Just saying. The only Dunkin' Donuts, I can drink the regular coffee there. So delicious. I like the iced coffee, and they have frozen coffees too, just like Starbucks frappuccinos, and they're so good. So just saying. Anyways, now that I'm done with that, the next thing I have here is the Dunkin' Donuts Do Not Forget Putty Primer. It looks like this, and the one thing I love about it is the detail they put on the back, like you did a to-go order. So it looks like you did a to-go order, and it's just like sitting there waiting for you to come in and pick it up from the donut shop, which I love. Here's what the packaging looks like. So cute with the little bite of the donut out, and the bottom looks like this. And I have already used this. It does smell exactly like a glazed donut from Dunkin' Donuts. So we're gonna use that today as my primer. Smells just like a glazed donut from Dunkin'. It's amazing. I don't know how they nailed that scent. They did a good job of getting the scent right. So I feel like I have their cookies and cream putty primer too. I bought that from the cookies and cream collection, and I feel like that cookies and cream one was a little bit creamier than their first poreless putty primer, and I also feel like this one's a little bit creamier than their first poreless putty primer. It's just got a creamier texture to it, and it looks like it's leaving behind a little glow too, which I love. I love a glow under my makeup, and it just smooths over your pores, makes your face look good. Okay, so the next thing I have, I end up picking up the donut. You know, I could not resist the donut sponge. Now, is this practical as a face sponge? No. But is it cute and adorable as hell? Yes. Look at how cute this. It literally looks like you went to Dunkin' Donuts, you got a single donut, they packaged it up for you. It even has like the little to-go tag there on the back. And it says Elf Runs On Dunkin', and then it says gorgeous, wake up and makeup, strawberry frosted with sprinkles, a face sponge, and it says espresso yo elf. I love that. It says give your beauty bag a boost with our donut inspired sponge for flawless blending, soft, absorbent, and easy to use, and extra sweet. Makeup application begins here. It says it can be used wet or dry. Use the sponge to apply products and soften and blend it, gently bouncing the sponge across your face. But this is bigger than I was anticipating it being. Even though there was people, like, I watched Michaela where she was launching, like, the face of this launch or whatever. So I was watching her showcase this, and I didn't believe how big the sponge was going to be, even seeing her hold it next to her face. It's not wet yet, and it's ginormous. Like, it's the size of my hand. So I'm gonna go ahead off camera now, go wet this so you can see what this looks like wet next to my face. I haven't used the sponge yet. So I've used everything in the collection, but not this sponge. I wanted to use this on camera with y'all. But how cute is that? It looks exactly like a Dunkin' Donuts strawberry frosted donut, which, by the way, is one of my favorite donuts from them. But it's so cute with the little sprinkle detail and everything. I love how it's split. So cute. Let me go get this wet, and then I'll be right back, and we can see how big it gets once it's wet. Okay, I am back, and look at what the sponge looks like now. It is very soft and squishy. It is definitely bigger. It's ginormous. I mean, look at it in front of my face. I wasn't expecting it to look that big, but here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Elf Camo CC cream. I have mine in the shade Fair 150C. This is just my favorite. This is my favorite foundation right now. I just love I love it. I know a lot of people don't, but I genuinely love this. It looks so good on my skin. The shade matches perfect for me. And I like that it is like a more of a full coverage foundation. So we're just going to use the sponge to blend out. I think I'm going to use like the bottom part here that's already like almost the color of foundation. I know I've seen some people like use the side. I think I'm going to just use the bottom part here. And pound it into my skin. I feel like I knew it was going to work it in really fast, but I didn't think it was going to do it as fast as it did. I think the hard part with this sponge is going to be using it under your eyes. I'm going to have to squish it around. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just using this Elf Hydrating Camo Concealer. Mine is in the shade Fair Beige. As you can see, it's my Holy Grail concealer too, because this one's almost gone. But do not fear, I have it on backup. I have a backup for when this one's gone. But this one is so close to being gone. You guys, I don't empty out makeup very often. So when I do, like, use up a complete thing of makeup, you know it's because I love it. Because I have so much makeup, it's hard to use it up. So it's hard to use it up when you have a lot of makeup in your collection. But concealers, I have a hard time finding concealers that I absolutely love on me, but that one is a holy grail. So let's see how we can do with this sponge under the eyes. I feel like it blends the under eyes just as fast. You can like squish it and pinch it, and that's what I did, just to get it the way you need it for your under eyes. But it blends out under your under eyes just as fast. I really love the Elf sponges. That's a great affordable drugstore sponge. I feel like out of all the drugstore sponges, and I'm talking like texture and everything, I feel like the texture of the Elf sponges, it's the one that's the closest resembling to the Beauty Blender. I do have a Beauty Blender here. I was sent to from Influencer, the app where you review things and then they send you free products to review. This is like an eco-friendly Beauty Blender. But I do feel like that those the bounce, the softness and the bounciness and just the texture of the sponge is the one that I felt that is the closest resembling thing to a beauty blender. So if you're a like holy grail beauty blender, no sponges ever match the beauty blender for you, I would argue to say try out the Elf sponges. Not necessarily this donut sponge, you don't have to get the donut sponge, but boy did this blend out my makeup super fast. I'm gonna keep on using my donut sponge because of that. But I also love Elf's Total Face Sponge. I know y'all probably heard about it from other content creators here on YouTube, but it really is the OG. It has the same type of texture and everything. This, if you like the Total Face Sponge, you would definitely like the donut sponge because it's same type of texture, feel, bounciness. It's super soft and squishy. It's the same thing, just in donut shape. So I would definitely recommend that sponge. I absolutely love it. I don't know if I'll ever throw it away because I don't know if this is a limited edition collab. Will I never be able to get the sponge again? It might just live in my collection forever as a ornament piece. But I really love it. Now the one thing I have been going in is with this under eye setting powder. I got this years ago from, you know, when you order off Elf's website, if you spend $25 or more, you get a free, you can choose 2 free gifts. And it's usually like deluxe size samples of stuff. So years ago I got this deluxe size sample. It was called an under eye setting powder. It was in the shade Sheer and it looks just like a white powder. But it's very finely milled and it's almost gone, so I don't know what I'm gonna do when this is gone, but it's very finely milled setting powder and it's just the perfect for under my eyes. It sets it without being too powdery and drying it out. It doesn't darken under my eyes because I do have an issue with powders darkening my under eyes if they have too much color to them. So that's why I like using this one under my eyes. I'm only setting under my eyes today. If I'm going to set my whole face, I like the Elf Halo Glow setting powder. I have that one that I use when I set my whole face. Today I'm not going to do that because I want to go in with cream products. I've just been rediscovering my cream products lately. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face, and then we'll come back to do the eyeshadow palette because that's what's next is eyeshadow. So let me do the rest of my face and then I'll be back and we'll explore what's left in this Elf Runs On Dunkin collab. And but I'll let you know when I come back what products I used, okay? Because they are Elf products. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and did the rest of my face. I did my brows, which is just my Elf. Well, no, I didn't use my Elf today. I used this Oma by Sharon C, the One and Done 2-in-1 brow styler. I didn't like this at first, but I'm starting to like it now. It has a pencil on one end, and then on the other end it has a brow gel, which has like fibers in it to make your brows more fluffy, and it's colored, which I actually like this now. But my favorite brow product from Elf is the Elf Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This is my favorite one. It just makes quick and easy brows. I got it in the shade Taupe, which is just a little bit, I thought it would be a better shade match for me, but it's a little bit too deep for my brows, so I'm going to have to go back to the shade Blonde, which is the shade I had before this. So once I use up this pencil, I'll repurchase the Blonde shade. But that's a repurchase for me over and over again. I just love that one. For my bronzer here real quick, I did use the Elf Putty bronzers. I love these things. I have it in the shade Tan Lines. And then I used the contour one, Feelin Shady, on just like the contours of my face. Just to add a little bit more contour, like on my jawline and stuff. So I use both of those. And also it's great if you think that the shade, you're fair like me, you think the shade Tan Lines is too warm tone for you, you can always go in with Tan Lines and then top it off with Feelin Shady, and that'll like cool it down a little bit so it's not too orange or too warm toned for you, which I like about that. You can mix them and they do great. My blush is the Elf Putty blush in the shade Bora Bora. I just thought, and I wore this the other day when I did my look too, this is the perfect blush to go with the Elf Runs On Dunkin collab. I feel like this is such a Dunkin Donuts pink. So this is the shade Bora Bora from them, and it just works perfectly with the collection. So I went in with that. For highlight, I didn't have anything from Elf. Although Elf, if you're listening, you have Putty bronzers, you have Putty blushes. When are you going to give us a Putty highlight? I think that would just be the perfect completion to the Putty line. And maybe a Putty concealer or something. But for my highlight, I went in with this Winky Luxe highlight. It is the Cheeky Rose Cream Highlighter in the shade Champagne. This just gorgeous. It looks so stunning. Look how it looks in the container. It looks like, I don't know, this reminds me of Beauty and the Beast for some reason, just because it's a rose inside of a container, and it comes in this like gorgeous box here. It's just stunning all around. And I've seen Michaela on TikTok talk about this cream highlighter and how pretty it was, so I had to get it for myself and try it out. It's not, I don't know, I'm not sure. I've only used it like a couple times, so I think I need to use it more to get like my full opinion on it. But so far it's a really like a natural glow. If you love a natural glow to your face, this is more of a natural glow. It's not going to be that like blinding, you can see it from outer space type of glow, just so you know. But anyways, that's not what you came here for. Anyways, let's get into the eyeshadow palettes. This is the Elf Runs On Dunkin. This is the Dunkin Dozen. It's open. This is the Dunkin Dozen eyeshadow palette. I like that they broke it up into 3 individual palettes instead of being just like one giant palette. I don't know. It just makes it easy to take on the go with you, I guess. But here is this. And I think it's real cute with the donuts on the background. And it has that little sticker right there that makes it look like you got a dozen donuts to go. But here, if you look at it, it even opens like a donut box. How cute is that? I've already used all of these, and I did swatch them the other day because I did a swatching video on my Instagram. So I would say go to my Instagram and look at my reels. I did a reel of swatches of this collection if you want to see swatches. But if I still have like the footage on my phone of my swatches, I'll insert the swatches right here. If I inserted the swatches right there, there's the swatches of them. I don't think they're as good as the first quads that they did of these bite-sized eyeshadow palettes. You know, the first ones they did, they were so good. Some of these, like most of them, are mattes with glitter, which I can understand why they chose to do mattes with glitter in these, because literally they chose donuts that have sprinkles. Naturally, they wanted to put glitter in the mattes to make it like sprinkles, and they're actual mattes with glitter. The glitter stays there, whereas like ColourPop, when they do their mattes with glitter, it just like the glitter goes everywhere and it never sticks inside of the matte. These ones actually stay inside of the matte shade. You can see them on your eye, even blending it out. It sticks really good. So, and I do like when you take each one of the palettes out, it has like a picture of the donut behind each palette, which I thought was really fun. The details in this collection are just everything, from the packaging. Everything is so freaking cute. I love the details that they put into this. You can tell they really worked hard on the collection. But yeah, here I'll give you a close-up of the collection. This first one is the Chocolate Frosted with Sprinkles eyeshadow palette. Here's what it looks like. This one is mostly shimmers. Actually, it is all shimmers. The only one is this one on the end. It's like a satin, but it's like really buttery and smooth. If you've seen the swatch on this one, it looked a really good one. But this one is like all shimmers with the exception of that satin shade. This next one is the Strawberry Frosted with Sprinkles. And this one I really liked. It does have this matte. This matte right here is a matte with glitter in it. This one is, they both have glitter in them, but it's not that different. This one does barely, it shows up, but it barely shows up on my eye. This one you can see on my eye. And I do really love the this shade in here. It is more of like a topper shade on your lid, so you can use that like on top of any other shade to give it a little extra sparkle or a little pink color to it if you want to add a little pink. And then this is a beautiful, this shade right here is a beautiful inner corner highlight. I loved it. I did it on my look the other day as an inner corner highlight, and it was so bright and blinding. It was a great inner corner highlight. Here we have the last one, which is the Boston Cream one. This white here, it's not as bright as the one in the Strawberry Frosted with Sprinkles. The yellow, it's very powdery and it barely shows up on the eye from what I used in that video. I am going to use it again today in today's video. I haven't used this shade yet, so I'll probably use that in today's video too. And then this dark shade, it's not quite as deep as what it shows in the palette, I don't think. I used it just on my lower lash line and the last look I did. But we're going to go ahead and test them all out today. I'm going to do a different look for you today than I did the other day. I think I'm going to use more browns and like my crease and stuff. Whereas the other day I just tried to do like a pink and yellow look for like a spring. And it kind of reminded me of not just Dunkin' Donuts but Peeps. So I did already prime my eyes with my favorite Elf Putty Eye Primer in the shade of White. I do think this is a very dry eye primer. And this is an eye primer you use if you have oily lids, because it would really work good on oily lids. But I do think if you don't keep the top on this really tight, it will dry out on you really fast. Because I feel like mine is already dried out and I could really use a new one. But I'm still using it. You can also, it'll help if you use your finger to warm up the product. Some people like it. I know you can warm up the product with your finger and it'll do it better. I just like applying it with a brush because that's who I am. But first I'm going to go into this yellow shade here and I'm going to put it in my crease. Like I did that yesterday. I'm going to do the same thing today. But it's just, it shows up, but it's very powdery. You really have to build it. And I have to go back by the end of my look. If I really want it to show up, I'm going to have to go back at the end of my look and re-add it to my eyes. So it'll still show up. I'm going to use this, this is the Elf J Kisser brush, the J2 brush. And I'm going to go into the pink palette now, the Strawberry Frosted with Sprinkles. And I'm going to take that more, pastel pink shade here and put it in my crease too. Just gonna add it with the yellow. I definitely wouldn't say this is a palette made for people with deeper skin tones, because most of these shades barely show up on my skin tone, let alone a deeper skin tone. But if you look up close, and I'll look up close on my eyes, you can still see the sparkles from these mattes with glitter. Next, I'm going to go into my Rephr. This is my Rephr number 14 brush. It's just a smaller, more precise blending brush. And I'm going to go into the shade, the darker pink shade here. And I'm going to put it just in the front part of my eye. So I think I'm going to do the brown on the outer portion of my eye and my crease. We're still building upon the crease because it needs more definition. So maybe this will be more of a pink brown look today, where I tried to do a pink yellow look the other day. I think I'm gonna go more of a pinky brown look today. So I'm just sticking the pink in my front portion of my eye. I'm gonna do the brown in the outer portion and kind of just like fade it pink to brown. Try to in my crease. Gonna clean this brush off with my color switch so I can go into the brown shade. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna go back into my Boston cream one. Now I'm gonna take the lighter brown one that I haven't had a chance to use yet, and I'm gonna put that in the outer portion of my crease. This does seem to be a tad bit patchy, this brown shade. I'm going to clean the brush off, and I'm going to go back into the pink that we were using on the inner corner and just reintroduce that to just make sure it has a nice seamless fade from pink to the brown, just over the portion where they're kind of like fading together. Now these are requiring a lot of, I'm sure I'm cutting out a lot of this blending time out of my videos just to make it shorter, because I don't want it to be too long of a video for y'all. But this is requiring a lot of blending and building up. You have to really build it up. Blend, build up, blend. So we're going to go in with now the deepest shade, which is this deep dark purple brown shade. And we're going to do that in the outer corner to really deepen it up and give some depth to this look. This one unfortunately is looking patchy too. I was hoping, usually Elf Cosmetics collabs are really good. Like they did that collab with Chipotle, and them shades are so good. Maybe it's just my eye, because this left eye, it's not as patchy on my left eye as it is on, maybe I'm just taking too much at a time on that eye. It looks way better on my left eye than my right eye. I don't know. It looks a little patchy on my left eye, whereas my right eye doesn't. I don't get it. Anyways, I'm gonna go on my lower lash line. I'm gonna do a shimmer on my lower lash line. One that I haven't used yet. I might do two. I might do two different ones. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in back into the chocolate frosted with sprinkles. I haven't used this one yet. I'm gonna do the blue and the pink on my lower lash line. I'm just gonna use this. This blue looks like it has some purple in it. But I'm gonna use this Rephr number 2. It's just a small shader brush. And we're gonna do that on the lower lash line. I'm gonna use the blue on the outer portion. And I'll use that other one more on the inner portion. We're keeping it colorful today here for Dunkin. I just wanted to add like a pop of color on my lower lash line. I'm having a hard time getting it to stick. It's not like wanting to stick on my lower lash line for some reason. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off so I can go into the pink that is in here. Hopefully it'll do better than that blue did. Let's go into the pink shade. We're going to put the pink shade towards the front of the eye. Blend it into the... Here's what I have so far. Let's go in with a shimmer. So I'm going to take... I always use glitter glue. So I'm going to take my glitter glue. And I'll probably... I don't know yet. I don't know yet what... Maybe I'll do the brown on my lid and then I'll top it with a topper shade. That's what I might do. Because that brown looked really good. I think I'm going to go in with this shade here. And the chocolate frosted with sprinkles. And then I'm going to top it with like this pink here. Because when I was putting it on the lower lash line, it seemed more of a topper shade. Since we're going with chocolate and pink look today. This one is more of a satin shade, so it's not as shimmery. But it has more pigment than... It definitely has more pigment than the other shimmers in his palette does. And I'm going to go flip the brush to the other side, and I'm going into the pink shade. And I'm going to just top it over top of it. Hopefully it works good that way. It is more of like a topper shade. I'm going to try and use my finger. Sometimes topper shades are just better with your finger. So let's try that and see. I'm going to go with the one that was in the strawberry frosted with pink. And I'm going to go into this shade here and put it on as a topper shade also. These really do feel like just topper shades. They don't really have a base pigment to them, but this one, that one in there just wasn't as pink as I thought it was going to be, so we're just going in with this one with the pink frosted one. But that looks good. I like that now. Okay. That one worked out really good. Okay. So I'm going to go over to the other eye and do the exact same thing, and then we'll come back to do the inner corner. And if you hear anything in the background, that's my son. He's with my husband while I film. He's having a good time. He got some birthday presents yesterday. We celebrated with my husband's family. His birthday, we took him to see Sonic 2. And he went to Chuck E. Cheese. And his family gave him some presents. So he's having a lot of fun with his presents from my husband's family, side of the family. We'll be going to my side of the family on Tuesday. So, and that's probably when he'll be getting gifts from my side of the family. Okay, I'm just going back into the pink shade here. I'm just going to do a blending over my crease just to make it more seamless. I'm going to go back into the outer corner shade. Just a little bit of it to blend. Really liking this. I wasn't sure when I was going together and mixing colors if I was going to like it. But I'm really loving it. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this one from the white one from the Boston Cream one. This is more of like a yellow or like a white gold. I'm going to take it and put it on my brow bone as a highlight. Because I like a highlight on my brow bone, but I don't like it to be too bright. And this one, while it is bright, it's not as bright as the one I'm going to use in the inner corner, which is this white one from the pink palette. This one right here, I'm going to use that on my inner corner as my highlight. This one is just freaking blinding in your inner corner. I love it. Okay. See how blinding that is in my inner corners? So good. I love an icy white shade. I'm going to take my Elf. From the Cookies and Cream collection. I have the Elf shadow sticks from that collection. I got the black one and the white one. I'm going to use the white one in my bottom waterline. The black one I use in my top waterline, just so it blends better with my lashes. I like it. And these do so good in your waterline. I'm going to put the white one in my waterline, my bottom waterline. These are just so good, especially this white one. It's in the shade Sweet Cream. It's just so good in the waterline. If you have watery eyes, it sticks really good to your waterline. I think even the black one does good too, but I have super sensitive eyes. Anything touches them, it hurts. So the black one's a little, I think, chunky for me, but it looks good. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara. Yay me for remembering it. I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara, and then I'll come back and we'll do the last thing that I have from the collection. Okay, I'm back. I put my mascara on, and now we're going to go into the last thing, which is the Elf and Dunkin Glazed for Days lip gloss set, which I did not keep in the original packaging because I was having a hard time getting it back in. But here's what it looks like. It still has the super cute little label on the back. It says, "Love your elf a latte." I love this. I just love it.
I found this on the web.
Sorry, not talking to you. So you get these two glosses, which they don't have names. They both just say Elf Runs On Dunkin and Glazed for Days on one side. So as I can tell, there's no certain name. I don't even here, but one is orange and one is pink. We're gonna go with the pink one. I used the pink one the other day too, just because the pink one is more pigmented. The orange one is more like a clear type of gloss. And I do like that they come on keychains. I feel like this is such a throwback. You can take the, it has like a little, let me put one down so I can show you. It has like a little clasp right here, so you can take that off if you don't want the keychain, but you can hang this like on your purse, like on the zipper part of your purse when you zip to open up your purse, and you can just always have this for your gloss on the go, which is probably what I'm gonna do with this orange one. It's probably gonna go in my purse for my gloss on the go, because this is not as pigmented as the pink one. The pink one actually gives your lips some color. This one really doesn't. This one I'll keep in my collection, in my makeup room for me to use, because it actually gives a little bit of pigment on the lips. And the smell of this is just like Dunkin' Donuts. That glaze on their glazed donuts is that type of smell. As you can see, it leaves like a little pinkish tint to your lips. So yeah. And that is the last of the collection. I absolutely love everything in the collection, but before we talk about that, let me go ahead and give you a close-up of my look. So here is my completed look with the lashes and everything. Let me zoom you out, and then I'll give you my overall thoughts about the whole collection, whether I think it's worth you picking up, because I do believe they still have it in stock, just the individual items on Elf's website and on Ulta Beauty's website. Alright, now that you're zoomed out a little bit more, let's talk about the collection. My thoughts on it. I do think, because it's, I believe, $16 for the eyeshadow palettes. Do I think they're overpriced for what they are? I do, because these used to be $3 a piece. They've gone up in price, but I don't feel like the quality is going up with it. You know what I mean? I do feel like the shimmer quality is going up, but the matte quality could use to go up too. But I don't know. I just think the mattes aren't as good as the shimmers. The shimmers are just so good. I love the look I got today with it. But I don't know. I feel like they're raising the price on these, and of course the price of everything today is going up, but I feel like the quality is not matching the price raise. If you're totally in love with Dunkin' Donuts like I am, and I'm totally in love with Elf too, they're literally my favorite drugstore brand. Like if we go to Target or Walmart per se, I'm always going to look in the Elf selection just to see what's new. And not only is their makeup my favorite, their skincare is my favorite. It just works the best with my skin. So Elf is just my favorite brand all around. So when they release something new, I want to get it. I want to try it out. I want to see how good it is. I think this is really good for a drugstore brand. And I do realize that the price has to go up because they have to not only pay for the products and stuff, they have to pay Dunkin' for using their name and their packaging, and you know, they have to pay for the licensing fee, I guess you would say it is. But so they have to charge more because of that, but still keeping it affordable. So you can still, if you don't have a lot of money and you love this collection, you can pick it up, which I just love. I love that Dunkin' is so affordable, and I love that Elf is so affordable, and I love that you can get these really awesome collabs, because I love buying collab palettes. I don't know about you, but I love buying the collab stuff just because it brings me so much nostalgia or whatever, or if it's something that I really love. Like I'm an avid coffee person, make coffee every day in the morning to help wake me up. And yes, it's normally Dunkin' coffee, but yeah, I like the eyeshadow palettes. I think the yellow, I wish the yellow one had more pigment to it. You really couldn't see the yellow. This light pink shade here in the strawberry frosted with sprinkles, it didn't show up on my eyes. And it was a little bit powdery, but I did like the deeper pink shade. You can really see that shade on my eyes. The browns were pretty good. They went on patchy at first. Both of the browns did. But when I blended them more, it seemed to blend out. So I think maybe I just went in with too much pigment. Sometimes on some eyeshadows, if you go in too much pigment, it can make it more patchy and it takes longer to blend out. So I would just say with the browns, you would have to go in with a lighter hand and then just build it up. That's what you have to do with any of the mattes here. Just go in with a lighter hand and build it up. But yeah, I love both of the two white shades in here. They are so stunning for an inner corner. They're very blinding. I think they really stepped up their game with their metallics in this palette, because they're just so, lately I've been loving like a textured metallic shadow where you can see the texture on your eyes, and I think they did a really good job with their eyeshadows here. The texture and then just the topper shades are so gorgeous. So I like the eyeshadow. I like the eyeshadow palette. I'm so glad I picked it up. This sponge, I mean, if you love Dunkin' Donuts, you have to get the sponge. Like, we all know Makeup Revolution did one with their Halloween collection with Simpsons and the Treehouse of Horror. But this is what that sponge should have looked like, because even in the Simpsons, it's a pink frosted donut with sprinkles. So I don't know why Makeup Revolution didn't do theirs like this. Like, Elf did it right. And I absolutely love it. Not only does this sponge blend it out in like 2 seconds, your makeup, this is something that's going to take your makeup game to another level. You need to quickly put on makeup, this is going to blend out in like 2 minutes, like 1 minute for you. Just because it's so ginormous, it really covers up like a big surface area and blends it so fast. I actually really like this. I'm so glad that they did this. It's so cute. They're adorable. So adorable. The do not forget a Putty primer. It's just, it smells like the glazed donuts from Dunkin'. And it's the same amazing formula. I feel like it's an improved upon version of the original Poreless Putty Primer. Because the cookies and cream one, the cream putty primer is a little bit more creamier. It's just like that one. If you like the cookies and cream, just the cream putty primer, this one's the same. It's like just a little bit creamier, goes on smoother, feels maybe just a little bit more moisturizing than the original putty primer. I really love it. And y'all already know that the Elf Poreless Putty Primer is my favorite putty primer, so to have one that smells like a Dunkin's Glazed Donuts, yes, yes please. The coffee scrub, I already told you about this one. This Elf Runs On Dunkin, what is it called? The Original Blend Lip Scrub. Yes, not only does it not have a really big grits, it's like a fine gritty. It like exfoliates your lips without being too harsh, plus leaves them moisturized and smells and tastes like coffee. It's definitely a must-have. I really do like that part of the collection. And last we have the lip glosses. I love these lip glosses, so fun. They feel super moisturizing, but they're not sticky. They're not that type of gloss that's going to get goopy and you're going to start seeing strings no matter how much you apply. It just feels really moisturizing and shiny and really like cushiony on the lips. I don't know. I love this gloss. This gloss formula is so good. So good. I'm going to keep the orange one in my purse just so I can have it on the go. My lips are feeling like they need some moisture and I'm out. This is going to be the gloss I use now. And it also, bonus, tastes like the Dunkin' Donuts glaze that they use on their glazed donuts. So that's always a bonus. But yeah. That's everything. That is my video today. I hope you guys enjoyed this look of the Elf Runs On Dunkin collection. I had a lot of fun filming this and doing this look. I love the way the look turned out. I really wanted to go for that pink and chocolate brown look on my eyes today, and I love that I did like a little pop of blue on my lower lash line. But yeah, everything worked out so good. Y'all have to let me know down below in the comments. Let me know if you picked up anything from this collection or did any of it interest you. Did you get the full box that came with the tumbler and everything? So I really wanted that tumbler. I was too late and it was already gone. But I already have a Dunkin' tumbler, so I didn't really need that one. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you're not yet subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. And next to the subscribe button is the bell. You can ring that to be notified of all my future uploads. And I hope you guys are having a great day, night, weekend, whenever it is you're watching this. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.